and welcome back to our Irish adventure. Now in this episode, Stu keeps treating himself. We go up to the famous Conor Pass, but do we go down it? We have van karaoke, big storms are on their way. So do we do the sensible thing by hiding high on the headland? We continue to support the local community and we find the best Irish pub and wait until the end, when after the storm disappears, Tom the drone reveals our 2-night park up. We spend a lot of time creating the videos, so we hope you like what you see, and if so, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing, which is free. Welcome to GetawayGeese. We are Stu and Jane, and with Harry, our Ford custom auto camper, we share our adventures. So join us in this our rough guide series to campervanning in Ireland. Now we left you on the last episode having had some van life blues, with a bit of an up and a down day, but a great park up looking over the bay across to Dingle put a smile back on our faces. And we wonder what the day will bring. But before we set off, we sort the front cab storage area out. That little gap down there has always been full of just a pedal lock and a camera thing, and
there's a tripod and there's a clutch pedal security lock.
Yeah, and it gets really annoying when you're trying to get to and from the back to try and step over these things.
Yeah.
We were always debating whether they should be there, but Stu has come up with a solution.
Because we like this box here because that's just got everything that we need for travelling. The power rope's always there because we're on charge, and now at least you can put a foot there and step over. Yes,
without having to put my foot here and then my foot over there.
Which is just too far to step.
Yeah, it caused a lot of banter between us both.
Yes, banter being
a discussion.
This is one of the layers of the security device. It's a clutch pedal lock, so that's basically goes on. I mean, nothing's foolproof, but that gets bolted onto our automatic pedals here. Now I've just tied it to the bottom of the seat so it doesn't get in Jane's way. I didn't want it on the driver's side because I'm driving, but at least that should be, we think, not get in her way. And my tripod now rests here, so that fits neatly into there, which is great. And miraculously, the other thing that used to go in that centre part was the steering lock, and that fits well just into the well there, so that's just brilliant because it's really out the way and doesn't get in the way when I get out of the van, so that fits nicely there. Yeah, and then there's this box that we've got, which we really like, this travelling box, which has got bits and pieces like the binoculars, the radio, there's a map we put in there, and I now put my camera here, my Canon I use, and also if I've got my GoPro, so I can easily get to them if I need to.
I'm not bringing that camera with me again, I've decided.
I'm not bringing my camera. It's about agility and lightness for me.
So we are back on form today. We feel, I don't think Stu's not
re-energised.
Yeah, Stu hasn't been well the last couple of days. Thank God, I'm so red. So we're excited because we're going to the tip. But if you travel around Ireland, you'll know why we're excited.
We're just taking advantage while we're in Dingle just to drop off a bag of rubbish because it's easier than because we've been out for 3 or 4 days where there hasn't been bins. And therefore you just accumulate a lot of rubbish. So yes, you can put them into very small bags and go around trying to find, there aren't that many. I think Dingle's not too bad in fairness, but it's litter, so you've got to make that judgment call. So it's just easy to put it in one big rubbish bag and go and pay €5.
And Stu plays the whack-a-mole recycling game.
Excitement for the day. Jane wants to find the elusive.
Is it dulse?
Dulse. It's seaweed.
Yeah.
My daughter, my ex-wife.
My friend. Stu's ex-wife, my friend. Yeah, and I can't come back after being in Ireland for 2 months without it. That's like
She was going to order it on Amazon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they sent it on Amazon. I was like, well, worst case, I can just order it when I get back.
They won't know. Find some of that, hopefully in Dingle. That's the advice we're being given off a couple of forums, because we've struggled in all this time to find it.
I've asked a couple of people. I don't know if it's the way I say it, but they don't.
It's called different things.
They didn't know what it was. And we don't know what else we're doing today.
No, I've got an idea, a couple of ideas, a couple of options. We'll see how the day pans out. But we're going to be moving, definitely, what we are doing is going to be moving to the north of the peninsula today. We've probably got one more night on the peninsula, maybe two, one more night definitely. And then we'll be heading to Tralee and up north towards Limerick. So we don't need milk, we don't need bread. I think we should get some chicken. Do you want veg or not?
Super value. You've just got to stop.
There's another level. It's another level, isn't it? And fresh. And
I'm literally going to treat myself to one of the mothers of Victoria sponges before I go home.
A celebration.
Yeah, treat myself. I've got a fish allergy, and even the fish counter made me want to buy some fish. I mean, it's just... I now have to go in with the chaperone, because he knows if I go in on my own, I'm just going to take so long to get back out again.
Yeah, but also you don't come out with what I want.
Oh, I don't know what you want though.
Treats.
Yeah, Stu's...
What's this?
Stu's working on the theory that you get a treat a day. I have no idea what it is.
It is like a bacon, cheesy
thing.
Goodness, all wrapped up in some pastry. It's like those. You want a piece?
No.
Just have a little bite.
No, I don't want one.
It's like those. You want a piece?
No.
Just have a little bite.
No, I don't want one. See what I have to contend with. I don't want one.
Have a little bite.
No, I don't want one.
Off camera, you can have a bite.
No, I don't want one.
It's like one of those Pret Manger bacon ones.
No, is it as good as a Pret?
You need to taste it.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh my God.
I think it is.
Oh, that's really nice. We love a Pret.
Right.
So yeah, just stop displaying the food like that. It kills me every time I go in.
I've done.
Good.
Twix. No.
Oh, he's got a Twix for it.
Thank you for that, darling.
You're welcome, darling.
So we've just left Dingle. We're going up towards the Conor Pass, but we're not going to go down the Conor Pass, as apparently it's 1.8 metres width and we're 2.08 and 2 tonnes. Now, whether that means you can still do it, because we've seen forums where you can do it if you go carefully, but what I don't know is if we had an accident, obviously insurance, and whether it's the law or whether it's a warning.
Not worth it, is it?
So we're going up to a car park just before you can't go any further, basically, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, Conor's Pass is one of the highest mountain passes in Ireland. So it's a shame we can't do it, but it's just not, like she said, it's not just worth taking the risk.
I'm sure some of you out there may have done it and said, yeah, you could do it. What I don't know, and obviously the key thing is, if I have an accident, am I still going to be insured for going down somewhere where it clearly says you shouldn't go as a warning, or is it law? And that's about, I don't know, to be honest.
I have seen a motorhome do it on YouTube, and I've also seen a lorry that ignored the signs and followed his sat nav, and he got stuck. please let us know in the comments if you're aware that this sign is a mandatory one and breaching it could end up in a fine, or is it just an advisory? We assume it's a legal requirement. So we chicken out and decide to return the way we came. And as such go the long way round, which probably adds another hour onto our journey.
So we're now just cutting, because we didn't go down the Conor Pass, we chose not to. We're now backtracking and we're now cutting across the peninsula to get to the north side, and then basically we're going to drive back up the north coast to the west where the Conor Pass would have brought us down, just so we can take a look at the coastline on that side, so we do the full peninsula.
The road conditions are wet, as you can see, and at times we just have to follow tractors round. So what do you do here? It's saying go.
There was a digger that was leading the way.
Oh, okay.
And
all right, okay. So today is fairly miserable. It's the sat-nav's gone into night mode on us. So I'm not 100% sure we'll be getting out. We might do. If the weather stops, we'll have a quick look.
It's a touring day.
Yeah, we decided it's a driving day. It's obviously been raining really hard, as you can see.
Give Harry a clean.
And it's definitely an agricultural day today.
Wow, this is a bit
We
wet.
decided to soak it all up. Yeah, literally. No pun intended with the is absolutely persisting it down.
That's not going out in the for a walk weather at the moment.
No. Heaters on. The van's warm. Oh, the old head's going now. And it's time for us to energise our lungs and pierce Stu's eardrums with van karaoke. And Stu was impressed, as you can see. We finally arrive at Brandon Point, which is about only 8 miles from Brandon Creek, where we stayed a few nights ago. No wonder it's cold, it's 11 today. What a stunning location despite the rain. This is Ireland at its rawest form. We have lunch and just take in the view.
I wonder how long it took them to do the Atlantic Way. Who? The organisers.
Custom. Oh, we visit an abbey.
Oh, it's relatively new, isn't it?
And Stu ticks one location off.
I think it's still relatively new. You don't have to say you love me.
You could be wrong, but I think it's still relatively new. The sun intermittently breaks out, and then we have periods of spectacular skies with rainbows and a bronze-coloured hue across the skyline. Now we know that the storm front will hit us later tonight and throughout tomorrow. Using this weather app, we may not be as exposed as you would think. As Stu says, we're on the leeward side of the hill, which will shelter us. These drone shots taken the next morning, you can see we managed to get Harry tucked in a corner with a natural bank behind us, and there's no trees that may cause flying debris. And it's almost like Stu actually knows what he's doing. Will it work though? We'll have to wait and see. With a break again in the weather, we head back to Brandon Village, a mile away, for a quick drink in Murphy's Bar. With a peat fire and a stone floor, we have found our perfect Irish pub. Friendly staff and locals dropping in and out, and we loved to see it as it felt a timeless scene. And it's the end of a great day, where we simply enjoyed ourselves for no particular reason, being simply present and in the moment together. And that's just me and Harry.
Some days you just gotta hide.
Here's a man that's taken to retirement well and loves his tech. He's surrounded by a power bank, microphones, a laptop.
Well, we're sitting out the store. You might as well just get on and do something.
Yeah. Well, it's really cosy, isn't it?
Yeah. I think there's a lull now, but I think it's going to come back.
Yeah, and this is the first lull we've had since about 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, so we're tired. Well, we sort of slept, but you get broken sleep when it's really windy.
Yeah.
I always think the worst bit is you always think it's the skylight that I'm worried about. I'm not worried about the van because the van won't go anywhere. It's the skylight.
Yeah, I must admit, normally when Stu says about the skylight, I was like, oh God, he's been a bit over the top. But last night I was worried about the skylight as well.
Because if ever that goes, it's game over.
Yeah. What would you do?
You'd have to try and seal it somehow to get home. But it'll keep blowing off, whatever you do, it'll blow off. It'll just be piddling down water. You'd have to get some plastic, really heavy duty plastic, and gaffer tape on top and stick it down. And just...
Every time you go to film it quiets down. It's predicted for storms all day today again. So we decided, why move, as the spot is perfect and is protecting us really well. So we head back to Murphy's Bar for a quick drink, and as we pull over, the wind is blowing opposite to the tide.
The wind's fighting against the waves.
And it feels like there's a battle going on out there, where both the elements push in opposite directions. Wild island indeed. We have a slow, lazy drink at the highly recommended Murphy's Bar before heading back to Brandon Point, where Stu continues to lose at Rummikub. Once I'd learnt to put the tiles in the right order, of course. You okay?
Do you want to put those in the right order?
Possibly. We're not actually sure if you can hear this because the rain is just... There'll be a stormer coming.
So we bought
a...
Where did you get this from? This was Super Value Street Kitchen Malaysian Peanut Satay. These pop-up containers are really used for the fridge and that.
And sometimes we use them unpopped.
So we're only going to... Exactly, we're only going to use half the chicken. So I'm going to transfer half the chicken into here. Use the old lid on it, but sometimes you can get it down, actually compress, so you know that goes into a fridge really well.
So this pack comes with everything. It's got...
I'm trying to work this out at the moment. Hang on.
It's got the
dried
nuts.
Onion garlic mix. There we go. So it says coat the garlic and ginger paste, diced chicken pieces, and set alight. Set alight.
Yeah. You could try it.
Set aside.
Sorry, what is that?
That is garlic and onion mix.
Wow.
So I'm going to demonstrate now, setting aside.
Thank you. Well done.
Oh no, it's the paste. I've done the wrong thing.
Oh, Jesus.
I've now done the wrong thing.
Right, do you have to...
That should have gone on the chicken. I've done it all wrong.
Well, where should those flakes go?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's too late. What I now need you to do, can you chop all that up into
Yes, I can. This is where I come into my own.
So you do that.
My job is the chopper. So for anyone wondering, that's what I was doing.
That's the satay chicken all mix it all in.
Yeah, it smells amazing, doesn't it?
A bad job of that, but never mind.
Oh.
I'll just pick her up, just put
Yep.
her in the bin. And that is
Amazing.
satay chicken.
Ella Harry.
Ella Harry.
Ella Harry?
Slightly different, but
Looks fantastic.
I haven't tasted it.
Thank you.
That's a one-pot meal. Again, putting the quick rice on top is definitely the way to go, because it's not worth boiling a pan of rice for 15-20 minutes.
And when the second morning arrives, we were well protected throughout the night, and the weather has completely changed, with blue skies and very little wind, so much so that Tom the drone is sent up. Ireland on these days shows us strong green lush grass wrapped with a changing autumn colour that's then framed by pure light bursting over the mountains. The seas are so calm compared to 12 hours ago, and we feel like a very small dot on a very big landscape, with the dramatic cliffs of Brandon Point protecting us. And we'll leave it here as we drive away, having captured a fantastic memory at a very special place. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video then help us grow the channel by subscribing, liking and commenting. And we'll hopefully see you in the next episode of Our Travels in Harry.